Well, I think I found my first set here. What is this? February the 7th. Like both of them laying there side by side. Yep. There they are. What's going on, everybody? It is February 13th, and haven't put in too much time for shed hunting this year. Just really haven't had the intel that a lot of the bucks have started dropping. I've got a couple 1 and 2 year olds that have lost one side or the other, but really didn't want to push down, especially on this farm. I'm at the drop zone. Didn't want to push down too hard and potentially bump the big basket 10 that I shot earlier in the season. And because we do have confirmation he is still alive. He's still holding his headgear. At least he was a week ago. But out here at the drop zone, and brought some more corn. And yes, I know it's Academy corn. It's way too expensive. But by the time I've been getting off work during the week, it's just late, and I don't have time to go buy somewhere like Southern States or whatever, local feed mill, to get some more reasonably priced corn. So got some Academy corn, got the big time 30-06, and as you can see behind me over here, I've made this alfalfa bedding area. I just keep it loaded with tons of food, and in hopes to keeping those deer, those bucks, coming back to this same spot. So just popped the hill, coming down to freshen up the corn piles and pull cameras and stuff like that, or camera cards. And guys, I look over to the left. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's the first shed of 2022. Extremely excited. It's working. You know, you put in all this time and effort and money to hopefully have a plan to come together. And sure enough, right there's my first shed. And when I first put this in, I told you all that typically when I put these alfalfa beds in, that I start finding sheds within 100 yards around the alfalfa bed. And what's going to be really hard to tell you or show you on video, but you can see like this ground is just all torn up. You got big prints right here. I mean, just scraped all the heck. And then boom, you got an antler. Little guy, but at the end of the day, it's the first shed of 2022, and I'm just tickled to death that it's just laying here, and I didn't have to put in a lot of effort to find it. So I don't see the other side, but I would guess that they were probably knocking horns just based on how the ground's torn up, and he lost one side here. But let's go ahead and get the pickup. The first pickup of 2022. Let me make sure we're good. Yeah, we're still recording. All right, here we go. Here we go. Little 3-side. Let it focus there. Got a little blood on it still. Super, super fresh. Well, there we go. First antler of the 2022 shed season. So I'm gonna get all this corn put out, pull these cameras, and then I'll pull the cards off the cameras, change the cards out, and we're gonna do a little hiking today. Stay tuned. It is February 19th, so it's Saturday, and out here at the drop zone doing my first official shed hunt for the 2022 season. And Onyx has me going right at 1.63 miles so far, but I didn't start it until after I already descended this whole backside of this property. So it's probably another 300 yards that I didn't add to that. But hiked all the way back to the bedding area that we jumped up, the big basket 10 back during season that I shot, and where he was bedded down. So it was basically the area I really wanted to get to, and sure enough, it paid off. Well, not paid off as in I didn't find any antlers so far, but man, I got into a big old den of deer. I guess that's what you call them. I don't know, herd of deer. It's probably more the more appropriate word, but as soon as I popped up, I mean, I had the wind right in my face, and I mean, there were just deer running everywhere back here through this bottom, crossing this creek, and then like 4, 5, 6 of them came up in front of me, probably 30 yards, had no idea what was going on. And so I sat there and kind of filmed them for a little while, but yeah, I hiked all the way back to that point where we jumped up that deer the second time and glassed that bedding area. Didn't really want to hike all the way over there. Plus, this creek is up so high, and where it Y's out right there, and their little oxbow, I'd have had to get wet to get in there. But if I'd have seen an antler over there, now I'd have went swimming. But unfortunately, I did not see anything other than a bunch of deer. Got on a huge trail, and I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'd have thought that was a cow print. I mean, that was a huge buck print, and tracked him all the way back this way. But no luck so far on any sheds. Just taking a little break here, getting some water, and then I'm gonna come out the opposite side. As you can see, this massive cliff, about 100-foot cliff here behind me. And I'm gonna go back the other way and come up on the other side of that field, and then work my way back to that little alfalfa bedding area that I have made. But brought out another 200 pounds of corn, and this is the last weekend that I can bait, because March, April, and May, you can't bait other than in your backyard or around your own home for any animal here in Kentucky, just due to turkey season being right around the corner. So can't hunt over baited area for turkey, and all bait has to be off of that area for at least 30 days prior to hunting. So this is going to be the last time I put anything down for these deer, and then hopefully it'll still keep them in that area. But I do have intel that basket 10 is missing his left side, so he's dropped somewhere. It's a big old area out here, and I've just kind of today got back to that bedding area. I grid searched that hillside and that cedar thicket, and then I got on a couple of major trails and just followed the trails. And so far I'm coming up short, other than the little 3-side that I found up in the field next to that alfalfa bedding area, little bait area that I put in. So looking forward to checking out those cards and seeing what else we got, and then we'll dive back down here. I'll get Matt and a couple other guys out here so we can really grid search this whole area and hopefully come up with those antlers. But keep hanging in there. We're going to keep putting this thing together until we start getting a pile of sheds. What's going on, everybody? It is Sunday, March 13th, I think, and I said I wasn't going to turn this thing back on until I actually found the shed, but I lied. I haven't found a shed. I actually found a deadhead, first one of the season. It looks like a pretty nice one too. So I'm about to walk over to it, but I'm at 1.54 miles on the day, and I have just been getting skunked as usual. But I came around this bend, and I've been searching this bottom here, and sure enough, found a deadhead right over here. I'm gonna turn around soon, but I can't tell. I'd say it's at least 3, if not more, deadheads that I found. Matter of fact, last season I found a deadhead just on the other side of this pond. But yeah, unfortunately it looks like a really good buck, so let's walk over and take a look at it. There it is, and I'm pretty sure this is a coyote den right up here, because last year I found 2 dead turkeys and a bunch of hair, deer hair, and right up on the top I found that deadhead, that little, I don't know, probably 4-point, but I'm assuming he got killed or got shot or got hit on the road or something, and then coyotes drug him back up in here. Don't think a buck this big. Let's get the pickup. I don't know, can you get that in there? Oh, that smells bad. It's a good looking, I guess it'd be considered an 8-point. Probably a 3-year-old deer. I hate to see him taken out like that, but got some good antlers there, and I don't know, his skull's kind of messed up, so I'll probably just take the antlers off. But we're on the board. Pretty excited. Gives me hope, because I got about at least a 2-mile hike back out the way I want to go. So trying to put in 4 or 5 miles today, but hopefully that won't be the only thing we find. Stay tuned. All right, so it is March 19th, and I just got back from the drop zone. Went out there, did 3.1 miles, and hiked all the way back up into that bedding to the top of that ridge. and found just a ton of deer sign, deer beds, fresh poop, ton of rubs, just no antlers. But I did jump up a bunch of deer, and one of them, I came up off or around that edge of the ridge, and I jumped a massive buck out of his bed, and he took off down the hill and down a trail. And I mean, just check out these prints, man. I mean, this thing was huge. So obviously that gave me a little bit more motivation to keep pushing, and I grid searched that entire hillside, all of that bedding area. Got up into a real like grassy kind of a grove area at the top of that hill. Say hill, it's a mountain, and just no luck. So I've got the one deadhead and the one shed that I found 20 yards from the alfalfa bed that I put in, but I found that weeks ago, and just no luck out there. So I don't know if they're bedding somewhere else or lost them somewhere else, but either way, I'm not finding them. I know that creek did come up and washed all that bottom out, so I found a bunch of deer bones down there. Didn't find the head, and then the jaw was actually on the embankment of the creek, so you know, could have washed some of that stuff away. But either way, no luck for me. But Uncle Eddie is at it again, and he's had a ton of luck already with him and a couple of his friends. So let's jump over and check out some of the finds for his 2022 shed season.
Well, I think I found my first set here. What is this? February the 7th. Like both of them laying there side by side. Yep, there they are. The ones I want to find. Look at there. No, it's not. That ain't the big one. Oh well, they're still nice. Well, David, I've been walking. You know when I went. Look here, I come back the other way to my truck. Here lays a half of a, looks like a little 4. Yeah, it's a 4-point. Oh, that made a good knife handle. Good and straight. There you go. Later. Oh, I think I need to take a still picture. Need to take a still picture.
Step over here real quick.
What he is? A 5-side?
He's got a little kicker.
Little kicker? Yeah, I see it.
That deer right there hasn't been here since, I haven't seen him since early velvet.
Pick him up there. See what he looks like.
A little kicker on him.
Little kicker. Let me get on the other side. Yeah. Heck yeah. That'll work on
I
it.
hadn't seen him since velvet. Got this little creek bank shed here. It's a deadhead, but I don't know how deep he is. Let's see here. He might be down in there deep. Got the pro up there. Let's see here. Ooh, stuck up in there pretty hard. Oh. 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 That's a dandy. Woo!
Man, at least somebody on the Deer 30 crew can come up with some antlers. I mean, Uncle Eddie is on them every single shed season. So congratulations. Thanks for sharing the footage. And guys, if you have not already, This is going to be our 5th season, so make sure you get down there and smash that subscribe button. Hit that little bell so you're notified when we're dropping these new episodes. The 2022 season is going to be amazing. It's going to be our best yet. And spring turkey season is right around the corner. We're just several weeks away here, so getting excited about that. Got a ton of intel on a bunch of big old birds, so you're not going to want to miss that series, the Flop 30 series here for 2022. So make sure, again, get down there and smash that subscribe button. Share this stuff so other people are having the opportunity to check it out as well. And then until next time, wake up and hunt.